So you're probably wondering, how do I do all this by myself? Me with the four angel adults. And I'm going to go through with you my day so you can understand how regimen it is and the fact that they do need a routine. Otherwise, they will not behave and everything will go awry and stress will incur. So I start my day by getting them up at about 6 o'clock in the morning. I get Drew first because he is the highest functioning. So I get him out, see if he needs cleaned up or anything, and I give him his clothes. And then I go into the girls' room and I immediately start giving them their seizure medicine, and I get them dressed one by one. So that is a process where I have to usually do Ashley first and then Christina, because she's just more easygoing than Ashley is. And then after I get them dressed, I give them their second dosage of medicine and give Drew his little dose. And then I get Ryan, and I get Ryan. Sometimes I could give him his medicine right away. Other times I need to wait because when he gets up, he's a little, I wouldn't call it seizure, but he's just more uptight. So sometimes he needs to wind down a little bit before he receives his medicine real well. Then I get him dressed and we go to the kitchen and I get everybody their bowl and their spoon. I have all the food locked up at this point because they will just get into it. So I have to get into the room, get their cereal boxes, give them their cereal, fill their bowls up. Then I have to close the cereal boxes up, put them back in the room, then lock it up again. Then I get the milk, which is also locked up in the refrigerator, and I pour their milk in all their bowls, and I just let them have their cereal. And that way they have a chance to kind of just chill and relax before the program bus comes, which they come around 8:20. So that gives them plenty of time to have breakfast and just relax for a little bit before the bus comes, but not too much because then they'll be too anxious. And then around 8:10, I start putting their shoes on and get them ready to go. And then they go to program till about 3:20. They come home, and that's madness because they are all wound up. And so they get their shoes off and they immediately, go to the living room. I generally get the girls in their pajamas first. I know it's early, I know, but listen, I get them, they go to the bathroom, each girl, and I get them their diapers and their pajamas on. And then that is around 4 o'clock when I'm done. And that way I have enough time to cook the dinner. I get dinner from Home Chef, so they enjoy watching mom cook. They like to be a sous chef sometimes and help me rinse the vegetables and watch mom cook dinner. And once the dinner's done, which is around 5-ish, 5:30, they have their dinner and they get generally a fruit and some kind of something else, whether it's marshmallows or cookies or whatever. And then I clean up while Drew is going to the bathroom and he gets himself dressed for bed. And then after he's all done, I get Ryan dressed for bed. I need to assist Ryan because Ryan needs help with his pants and whatnot. So I get him ready, and then after he's dressed, they all go to the area where their bedrooms are, and they just patiently wait for mom to get their medicine, and they get their teeth brushed, and then we put them to bed. So they get their medicine pretty much 12 hours, around 6:30 in the morning and 6:30 at night, and then they go to bed around that time. And it's nice for me because when we moved into this house, we had a stereo system that was placed in the ceiling so they can listen to classical music at a very light volume. And I spray their pillows with a pillow mist from Bath and Body Works, and sometimes, not all the time, they get hand lotion that matches the pillow spray. Sometimes they ask for it, sometimes they don't want it, and that's that. And they know that there's only one mom. I constantly remind them that I need another mother and I can't do two things at once. So I'll tell them, to wait their turn. And I will even sometimes say who's next out loud so they can anticipate who's going to be next. It does help me when I tell them in steps, like what I'm going to do, like 2 steps, and then what's next. So I might say, after Christina's ready for bed, mom has to do one more thing to the dinner, and then we're going to have dinner. Or Ashley, I'm going to brush your teeth after I do Drew's teeth, or something along those lines, so they know what mom is doing next. I did not forget about anybody, and everybody gets a turn. Another thing I kind of tell them is, if I promise them something, that it's definitely going to happen. Mom won't forget, and that makes my day much easier.